very warm welcome to you, ma'am. Welcome to Kolkata. Vishal Jetwa. Who doesn't know this guy? He's like a superstar already. Welcome to Kolkata. And Revti. Can we have a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Revti? What a masterpiece you have created, which we have already observed from the trailer. We are super excited for 9th of December 2022. And yes, everybody, the press and media, people of Kolkata are excited to know more about the film. Welcome to Kolkata. Please settle down. Please settle down. All right. We definitely know that it's not a cakewalk to make a true story, right? What are your feelings with this story, and what were your preparations when you were thinking that I should go and direct this story and make this for the Indian cinema? Can we have a microphone on stage, please?
Good evening, everybody. Really happy to talk to you about SALAAM, Venky. It has been a beautiful journey. Sorry?
Sound!
Audible? Okay. So, this story is taken from a book called The Last Hurrah. And Last Hurrah is a book written by Shrikant Murthy, which is about this boy called Venkatesh in Hyderabad and his mother Sujata. So that is the name of the characters even in the film, Sujata and Venkatesh. It is an amazing story of spirit, of living life to the fullest. Venkatesh was affected by DMD, which is Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and it is a disease where the muscles get wasted and the child normally dies by the age of 16. But how to live life, however short your life is, कितना जिंदगी अच्छी तरह जी सकते हैं. That is what inspired me, and that is what is the crux, that जिंदगी लंबी नहीं बड़ी होनी चाहिए, which is the dialogue from Anand, and that was real Venkatesh's favorite film and favorite line.
Thank you so very much, ma'am.
First of all, let me say good evening, Kolkata. Thank you so much for all of you all to come here, and I'm really happy to be here. So I'm here after a very long time. बहुत सालों के बाद आ रही हूँ. I'm coming after about 5 years, but it's always amazing to come here. And I've gone into a food coma in the afternoon, khate, I think so. Okay, coming back to the film. It's a great responsibility actually. When you're playing a real life character, or you have to justify that character. You cannot leave if you have to live with the film, and if I have to live with that film, so does she. And our biggest test will be when Sujata walks in and watches the film, and hopefully gives us passing marks in it. But yes, it is a big responsibility, and we do take it very seriously. It's not something that you can gloss over or take too many cinematic liberties with.
Hopefully we are sure, because she has the right face for Sujata. All right, to Vishal, how challenging your character was, and what are the kind of preparations you have been taking for this particular role? Because we have seen you in a very different role when we talk about the other movies, but today we are just talking about SALAAM, Venky, and your role, Mr. Venky.
Hello everyone, Namaste. First of all, thank you so much for the warm welcome. And কেমন আছো? আমি তোমাকে ভালোবাসি, इतना ही थोड़ा सा मुझे आता है. But first of all, though, I would like to start with thanking Revti ma'am and all our makers for believing in me, because you said yes, all the other work is totally different to what I've done in this film. And definitely it was challenging for an actor. It is difficult to portray different kind of roles each and every time. And after Mardani, people started expecting a lot from me. And now I got this opportunity only because of Revti ma'am, and she saw Venky in me. So that was a blessing for me, and I want to thank ma'am for that. And And also about preparation, so I didn't know about this disease called DMD. Ma'am had a lot of research on this, and she told me about this disease, and she sent me one video clipping of one and a half hour video where one DMD patient was there, and I saw his journey throughout the day, how he sits, how he stands, what kind of body language he has. So I learned from that, and also ma'am told me that you just come on set, just prepare your lines and come on set because you have Kajol ma'am with you, and she'll just act, you just respond to that, and then would I perform because of the co-actor. Okay, I won't say co-actor, I'll say co-star like Kajol ma'am. So yeah, it was a big opportunity for me, and I'm so glad that people are liking the trailer, and I'm seeing only and only good responses. Thank you.
Definitely, not just the trailer, the poster speaks a lot as well. All right, I open the floor for my press and media members. So whoever is asking their questions, please raise your hand and mention your media house and then start the question and who the question is for. Please.
I don't know whether I can sum it up. Why should I sum it up? I have a lot more to do, I have a lot more to go, I have a lot more to say. But yes, I will say it was an absolute pleasure to see Kamal after so long. Of course, we've met between that time, between Bekudi and SALAAM Venky. We have met off and on, and we do know what's happening in each other's lives, a little bit at least. But yes, to see somebody on a set after 30 years, it was an amazingly, it was like a surreal experience. I was like, it really felt like as though I'd been thrown back in time completely, and going from place to place in this big fat bus, and we would all be together from like 4 o'clock in the morning to 10 o'clock at night. And yeah, it was amazing, and you get to know somebody so well when you spend that much amount of time together. So yeah, it was really an amazing experience. क्योंकि मुझे काम करना पसंद है, मुझे काम नहीं लगना चाहिए. Work, I feel, should be pleasure rather than work. Fortunately, I have the financial ability to say no and to space my films out, and I choose to exercise that option.
Kajol, on this side,
Because yes, I have played a mother, but I don't necessarily do films. I don't do films where I have things where there is anything happening to my child. I think after I became a mother, I've become very cautious about that. I don't want to play that kind of role, and I'm very clear about it. So when Revati ma'am actually approached me for the film, I said, ma'am, I deeply respect you and I love you and I think you're one of the most fabulous actors and all that, but I'm not doing your film. So she very graciously anyway decided, she said, but come and hear it anyway, let me come and narrate it to you anyways. So she came and she made me hear the film, and I loved the script. I loved the way it had been written, and I've seen her film. I've seen her film which she's done long back called Phir Milenge with Salman and Shilpa Shetty, which I thought at that time that was one of the most
Like she said, I said just listen to the script. I mean, she did not say no to the script, she said no to the idea. So then we just decided to go and read the script to her. Samir Arora, who has written the screenplay of the film, then Kausarji did the dialogue. So Samirji had come and he just read. And Samirji has this, habit. Whenever he reads the script, he starts crying because he feels very connected to the story. So that day I told him, you shouldn't cry. I want to see what is Kajol's reaction. You don't dramatize. You just read the script. And he just kept reading, and I was only looking at Kajol's face. And then I realized, as an actor, I know when whatever happens, whatever your thoughts are before, there are certain things that touch your heart, and the actor in you gets awakened. And like she said, she just wanted to do the story, the actor. I have to tell you, Kolkata has been by a lot of filmmakers from Kolkata. And this hall, this particular hall, I had come here when David Keir, Richard Keir's brother, had organized a fabulous conference on HIV and art, long back in in 2003 or something. And we talked so much about HIV because those days HIV was a very feared, disease. And this is where I made a decision. This particular hall is where I made a decision to make Phir Milenge. So I'm really happy to come back here and talk about SALAAM Venky. For me, these kind of causes need to be spoken about because there are so many people out there in our country who are going through such situations. And sometimes films as they are, it's one of the most powerful and communicative media. When you talk about it, things in people change, their perspective changes, their attitude changes. So it is always important for me to say something through my film which will change at least one person in the audience. Whether we look at it, we shy away from it and walk away from it, or do we, plan and, tell ourselves to cross it. And how do we cross it? So each person does it differently. So SALAAM Venky is the story of how Sujata and Venkatesh handle those hurdles in life.
Acting is acting. There's still going to be a camera, there's still going to be a crew, there's still the technique of acting does not change. I don't think so. But yes, there is a lot more freedom of speech. There is a lot more freedom in topics maybe that on OTT that you do not have on stream. There is that.
Hi Vishal, this is
मैं तो बहुत डर लग रहा था, अभी भी लगता है, अभी भी कभी कभी आउट ऑफ वर्ड्स आउट ऑफ टॉपिक हो जाता हूँ। डर तो लगेगा ही। अभी मुखर्जी फैमिली से मुझे थोड़ा डर भी लगता है क्योंकि आपको पता है ना फर्स्ट फिल्म में मेरी कैसी हालत हुई थी। तो but yes, I really loved working with Kajol ma'am, and I really wish and I hope कि मैं मैम के साथ again and again काम करूँ, क्योंकि हमें ये बात तो सभी लोगों को पता थी कि how beautiful she is, but वो नेचर से भी अपने कितने ब्यूटीफुल है वो मुझे पर्सनली उन्हें जान के पता चला। और I feel so blessed that I got this opportunity to work with ma'am.
काजोल के पास जब एक्टिंग आप कर रहे थे कितना नर्वस थे आप?
ओके तो मैं ज़्यादा नर्वस होता हूँ, बट बिटवीन एक्शन एंड कट आई डोंट फील नर्वस बिकॉज दैट टाइम शी इज़ सुजाता फॉर मी एंड आई एम वेंकटेश। तो वेंकटेश को अपनी माँ से डरने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है, और इसीलिए हम परफॉर्म भी अच्छे से कर सकते हैं। हाँ, नर्वसनेस सभी लोगों को होती है, बट इस चीज़ की जितनी प्रैक्टिस करेंगे उतना ईजी हो जाता है काम। यस
लाइक आई सेड, जैसे मैंने कहा कि सुजाता और काजोल दोनों हैं, एंड माई जो होती है, जैसे हम एक्चुअली बात कर रहे थे उसके बारे में, हम यहाँ पे चलते चलते आ रहे थे और हम बात कर रहे थे कि मदर्स आर केपेबल ऑफ अमेजिंग इम्पॉसिबल फीट्स दैट वी डोंट इवन रियलाइज आर इम्पॉसिबल, बिकॉज हमारे बच्चे हैं सामने और हमको करना ही है। और सुजाता का भी किरदार ऐसा ही है कि उसने जो देखा उसके सामने, उसने देखा कि अगर ये करना है तो उसने देखा नहीं कि उसके सामने स्पीड ब्रेकर है कि माउंटेन है। शी जस्ट वेंट अहेड। उसने सिर्फ देखा कि मुझे कहाँ तक पहुँचना है, इसके ऊपर जाना है, इसके अराउंड जाना है, अंदर से जाना है, जहाँ से भी जाना है, मुझे वहाँ तक ही पहुँचना है। और उसका जो लक्ष्य था वो बहुत ही क्लियर था। और आई थिंक एवरी मदर फील्स लाइक दैट व्हाट जो हम अपने बच्चों के लिए करते हैं, कहते हैं ना कि माँ बच्चे का जो रिलेशनशिप होता है, इट्स प्रोबेबली द प्योरेस्ट रिलेशनशिप इन द वर्ल्ड एंड द ओनली रिलेशनशिप व्हिच इज अनकंडीशनल।